probably have to fix this. Bear with me. Ta-da! There I am. Haha. Good enough. Excuse me. You know, America, I've tried not to be self-righteous about anything that I mention in my videos. Like I've said a million times before, I'm no different than you. Now, what if I told you Richard Nixon and his Watergate affair may very well have been his attempt at being a hero? Of course, I'd be lying, but what if? Now, what I mean by this is, see, Richard Nixon found out that the Catholic Church was actually in the actual control of America's Central Intelligence Agency. And the evidence that he would have found at the Watergate Hotel would have proven it. But Nixon was sort of a chips man. And what that means is he would stack up his chips, of course, in his favor, for his own personal and political gain. Americans would have never been given the light of the situation, or the truth, as it were. He would have never done that, because if he gave away the truth, he'd have left his stack of chips out in the open, which could have potentially got him assassinated. So the Watergate Hotel is owned, and the entire complex is owned by the Catholic Church, which is why one of the recipients of monies that was received was given a portion of the Watergate Hotel. It's true. Look it up. When he was given this portion of the Watergate Hotel, well, that's another story. Back to Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon wanted to prove the truth between the CIA and the Catholics, the Mossad, the Jewish Israeli Catholic hold, CIA hold over the nation. And given those things would have, I don't know, I don't even know what to say, would have helped him politically, I'm sure. But he didn't gather his evidence right, didn't do it in enough time. Of course, he's not going to tell you why he did it, but he's going to admit that being president, he's entitled to this. And just like every president right on through to today tells you that, hey, being president, yeah. But that's not the only thing I want to talk about today. I've had a lot of things on my mind, and I've written down a lot. But I think this one's sort of necessary. America's Black Ops prisons and the Central Intelligence Agency, and Blackwater, and a young Mormon girl translating exposes her own secret and can't take it anymore. Can't live with the guilt of America's torture. And this is how you're compromised. I want you to do something, if you want. You're probably just going to sit there with your schlong in your hand and boring, click away. So, see ya. This is the part where it's going to get fun. Pliers. Standard pair of mechanical pliers. These are pretty much just standard uninsulated pliers. She explained that she had seen CIA operatives and information specialists take a pair of pliers and apply them to the testicles of the enemy and tug. So, do this. If you're at home, go get you a pair of pliers, make a response video. See my hand? Take the pliers and clamp and tug. This is what the Central Intelligence Agency is doing to what they call terrorists, none of whom they've convicted. Now, they're doing this to the testicles of the enemy in order to attain information, not to mention waterboarding. Let's not forget about waterboarding. I did my own waterboarding experiment, and I failed miserably. But I'm not going to do it as a video. I wanted to see what it was like to be waterboarded, and I tried it, and it's a little freaky, but I was way safe. So go ahead, do it again. Now imagine, as they're taking the pliers and tugging on a set of testicles, at the same time they're taking battering sticks and they're shoving them up the anus of the enemy. Sound a little gay yet? Central Intelligence Agency, FBI, sounding a little gay yet? Now, the Central Intelligence, yeah. This is what the Central Intelligence Agency is doing around the world. And remember, when they decided that they'd had enough prisons, they moved their terror tactics to ships in open water. So, and I'm not shitting you what I'm going to do here. I am going to torture myself, and no, this isn't my gig, but I want you to understand, when applied terror tactics are put on, this is what Americans have to go through. This is sick and twisted shit. So I've never done this before, so I'm going to be super tender. A real pair of pliers, and yes, I'm really going to do this. So don't bullshit yourselves into thinking that I'm not really doing it. They're cold. They're cold. That's all I need to know. You're compromised, America, and this is what your nation is doing to other people around the world in order to try to gain knowledge. Now, I'm not cramming this up my bunghole, so you can forget about that. But this is painful. This is beyond belief. The teeth of these pliers are digging into my skin. Now remember, she saw mutilation occur. She saw blood. So like the Pain Olympics, when the guy chopped off his knocker and dissected his testicles, which was the most disgusting thing I never watched. I saw the beginning, and then I turned my eyes and I saw the end with the mutilation. Same thing. Now, if you want to acquire information from someone, this really hurts. This is the technique that they used, and you let them, and you're not stopping them, and they're still utilizing it. For all the people that were held in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, one of them was prosecuted. Now imagine doing this to someone and then turning them loose back in their own country. It is no wonder they would have a little grudge and want to fight. Oh, we arrested them and we returned them back to their nation, and now they're terrorists. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that happening? Someone shoving something like this, and then you act surprised. No, I'm not anywhere near done. God, this is painful. But the CIA, Nixon, the Catholic Church, and all the rest of those losers, America, you're compromised, and you need to fucking give it up. I'm done with this. Oh, God, that really hurt. And they do it for hours, and a little Mormon girl sat back and watched them beat the crap out of suspected terrorists. Don't try this at home. You can do this one, but anything else, you lost your mind. This is torture, America. This is what you're compromised for. This is what you're letting them do, and you're not stopping them. So imagine what they're going to do to our nation. And you'll be compromised, and you'll do nothing. You will do nothing. I will, and I'll probably be the first one to die from it. Teabags my ass. America, we need to take back our nation. Our Constitution can save each and every one of us. This isn't a global economy. This is the American economy, and there used to be lots of jobs here, and there can be again. So let's save our country and get up off your ass. I'm just sick of reading about it. I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of everything. You know, but hey, America, here to annoy, to torture for your benefit. And yes, it really did happen. And no, I'm not going to show you because it wouldn't be a real video and I'd get kicked off YouTube most likely. They're just looking for an excuse, so why give them one? See you later, America.